Comment on this YouTube channel, Two Clean Johns. Whoever you are, you have been secretly dominating uploading Twitter Spaces. That guy hit subscribe for him.
Well, I think what they were what I see them kicking your back in with today was like people were like you pretty much didn't speak to the wrong that you know
Because
Dirk.
the wrong is clear. We know what the wrong is. Like the wrong is the violence. We understand that's the violence. Let's speak to the root. Nobody ever wants to get to the root of what causes anything. It's always everybody wants to stay at the level of what's easy to communicate and talk about. Nobody ever wants to dig up and get to the root. That's why if y'all look at the pod when we was talking about the Carmichael that nigga and his pops niggas is all on the side of, oh, you can't force your father. No, let's get to the root of why he probably shot it this way. Nobody ever wants to get to the hard shit, and it does get annoying because it's like I realized that like with the pod, not even the pod, just the viewers and the fans. Like nobody, when the conversation seems drawn out, everybody want to get off of it. But the only way to get to the root or the base of whatever happened truly happened is for it to be drawn out. When you argue with your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, the conversation is long because y'all trying to get to the root. Everybody always trying to stop at the short. Whoever is the one that's usually bothered or coming with the problem is trying to get to the root. So it's never drawn out for no reason. Niggas are just too surface level in life.
No, you're right. It's like, it's real easy to go ahead and focus on, like, let's say the the issue at hand, like the hard stuff, right? And then it's uncomfortable. But people don't like to have uncomfortable conversations. People like to just hit it on the surface level and then talk and complain and vent, and then like they move on. And then it's like, how are you supposed to go ahead and stop the cycle when y'all not even getting to the point of why this keeps happening? Like, yeah.
And that's the point. And I think that's why also I didn't care to argue with why I sympathize with niggas that's violent or even in that life, even when I do find some of it stupid, right? So to give y'all a backstory, yesterday was my god brother. If any of you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, birthday. He just turned 18, but what 2020, 2019, he got fucking shot in his neck. He got paralyzed. That took a lot out of me and my people to, like, you feel me, to not retaliate. Like that took a lot. So when niggas say, oh, just look at the money aspect and all of that, those are the things that people do look at. But niggas are just making it seem like the money is the aspect. Sometimes it's just the point of being a bigger person or just having a conscious mind and thought like, yo, nah, that something don't work. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's why the, oh, they got money, they should just stop narrative. That shit is stupid because you really don't know how that affected a person. Like, think about it. Nobody ever tells a person when they family member, they mother or somebody passed away, oh, you got the inheritance, you'll be good now. No, people are allowed to grieve for however long, whether that be them breaking down, crying randomly, whatever they do. So to just say because you got the money, you should stop grieving and stop this sounds crazy to tell somebody, especially when they've been going to war their entire life from childhood to adulthood. Now because they got money, they should just give it all up. Like people have lost lives, countless lives. This isn't, oh, one or two people died. Like them niggas lost a lot of people in Chicago on both ends. Even between Von and fucking what's the nigga, Quando Rondo. Dirk lost Von, Quando Rondo lost his cousin. Why you like? At some point, you got to realize money does not stop violence in no way, shape, or form. Money actually furthers violence. It costs money to go to war and to be beefing. It costs money to have to always get a lawyer, to buy guns, to fucking buy, to have security, bulletproof vehicles. Like that costs money. Like most wars start over money or amongst people that have money. All of these country wars is money based and driven. Nobody's telling the countries to be at peace. Y'all got money, y'all got all the resources. Like niggas don't ever look deeper beyond just the surface. Oh, it's stupid. Y'all got money, bro. It's beyond that. This shit is beyond money. Like money is not the end all be all to happiness. And the people that feel money can clear all of that up are the people I look at sideways.
It's a bunch of nerd niggas speaking on shit they don't know about.
Real shit, and that's really what it is. Like that's why I laugh now when certain people kick my back in certain times of the day. Like you feel me? Because I'm sure a lot of these niggas do have jobs they have to check in for or teachers or shit like that. Whereas me, fortunate enough, I don't have to do that because of my work setup and how I make my money is different. But you look at the time, be 7 a.m. Niggas is writing whole booklets on how they feel about you. Nigga, go to work.
Do it yourself. If you a grown man and you got beef, like do it yourself.
But if
Nah,
if
but
you
you
a
scared. You
boss,
scared to do the time.
it's
You are not until they actually catch you up and say, "Oh, now it's bigger than what it is." You was skating by.
So
And
You was
what if
skating
niggas
the
by. You
forget,
was
hold on,
mafia
hiding
and the,
behind a
hold on.
curtain.
Niggas in the streets
You was
forget.
hiding behind a
No,
curtain.
look,
Nigga,
niggas
do it
forget in the
yourself.
streets, the shooter is the most expendable player. The shooter is the pawn.
That's a fact.
Like,
Facts. Talk
like the
about it.
shooter
teach
is
them
the
chess.
pawn.
Teach them chess.
Like the shooter is ain't the nigga with value. Like niggas
That,
ain't
yeah.
when the fuck niggas ever gave a fuck about a worker? It's always about the boss.
Oh, that's a fact. No, no, no. And that's literally my whole point. Is like, but the shooter, the person is being glorified now. Like, and I'm trying to flip it the other way. It's like, hey, Dirk, all right, you was the boss. You was calling, doing this and doing that, but you ain't do it yourself, nigga. That don't give you don't get my respect because you did not do it yourself. You can't tell me that you want to fight me. You gonna do this to me. You gonna do that to me. And then have somebody else do it, nigga. Like, see me on the street. What's up? And
It's too
that's where the
thin.
young generation.
Yeah.
That's where the young is lost it. You ain't a boss because you got somebody else to do it. You
Can
a
I say
boss if
something?
you did it yourself.
Can I just cut in real quick because I don't want to make too much noise while I'm in the street. But um, I think we trivializing this shit way too much, like PTSD and mental issues and disorders. It's not an age thing. It's not a race thing. It's not an anything. It's just, some people just struggle with certain things in their circumstances and their environments, and certain people react differently than others. So for us to try to go ahead and try to say what this person should have done and shouldn't have done and how they should have went about it, you're not in that person's brain to know how they handle certain circumstances and what made sense for
True.
them in the moment. Like, I've
Thank
seen
you,
the
E.
stories about what people saying about Dirk and all that. I've seen the stories, but until someone sits in that man's situation in his brain and understand what he was going through, you don't know how he would handle it. So there might have been a point in time where he thought the best thing to do is to go about it this way. And I'm still saying allegedly because I ain't even want to say whether he did
Yeah.
something or not.
I'm just saying the
But
story touched me. The story touched me. It was like I got hit in 2018. Somebody ran up on me and wanted to shoot me. I got hit 11 times. I got hit 11 times just because a young boy wanted to do some shit and like, oh, nigga, you suck at life. You couldn't even kill me. I'm still here.
yeah,
You be
but
like, why are you trying to play
and I'm glad
gangster?
and I'm glad you still here.
I
But there's
appreciate that,
but
money,
there
but I'm
but
that's
there's
what I'm saying.
also
It's like, yo, y'all niggas ain't even
hold on.
doing it right.
But
Y'all
hold on.
not doing it like,
But
and I
there's
Hold
hate
no
to
but see
say
on,
but
this.
see but
BDK. We're not gonna
I'm
overtalk
sorry.
people.
My
Yeah,
bad.
let's keep
there's
it
I'm good. I'm good.
texting.
there's there's
I'm
no
good.
such thing as doing it right because in that circumstance it
I know
shouldn't
it
just be
sounded
done,
bad. I'm sorry.
period. But just aside from that, just to go back to the point of, for all of us who speak in a certain way, like I can't speak to what's going on through that man's mind or anybody's mind because honestly I've never been put in a position where I felt like I had to kill a nigga. And if I was put in that position, I don't know what I might do. I really don't know.
Would you
I,
do it right though? Like, would
but
you
see,
kill
there's
a
no,
nigga? Like,
but see, that goes back. But
hypothetically.
hold on. That goes back to the right. There is no right. There's no right or wrong to this shit. It's survival. It's people trying to figure shit out. It's mental illness. It's depression. It's PTSD. It's just what it is. There's no right or
Yeah,
wrong to
that's
none of
why I
this
wanted
shit.
to hop on the line for real. Like, I'm like, man, these niggas out here trying to do shit and can't get it right, and then it goes down the line. And I ain't gonna even go up to the whole Sean Combs shit, but it's like, nigga, all right, y'all, you get caught eventually in the end. So how do you not learn from the people who have shown you before? Why are you still
Yo,
repeating?
can I,
Everybody
I
gotta
want to go.
learn. Yo,
Yo,
I'm
they,
gonna let you go, but niggas forget just because you did something, nigga, your mom told you not to touch the iron while it was hot. She told you it's burned, but you had to learn for yourself. It's like niggas keep making it seem like everybody listened every time they was giving advice. Niggas
No, no,
seldomly
yo,
listen
that's
to
true.
whoever
That's
gives them
true.
advice. That shit is not a listen to. You know how much shit we just had this shit on the pod about when I said Joe should let Trey fuck with the girl, and Joe like, no, nigga, everybody gotta learn for themselves. Like, I don't know why we keep acting so naive to that. Like, niggas keep saying, oh, they were told. No, nigga, learn. You have to learn for
Hey,
yourself.
Juan. Hey, look. So hold on. And sorry to cut you off, but to cut you off and ask a question. So even whatever pops and family did, and the whole thing, and they call whatever name they give you, going out and separating yourself from your own. Did that like, oh, I gotta show and prove. I gotta show them that I'm different from them. Did you feel like you had to earn a black card, a gangster card? Because like, yeah, just because that's my daddy, nah, I'm this type of nigga. This is even though your daddy was successful,
No,
you
I
ain't have to deal with
operate
that.
on my own accord. I also grew up in Yonkers. Like, if I grew up in LA, whatever would have been going on in LA, me being from LA, I would have been involved in depending on what side of LA I lived in. If I
Well,
lived in
hold on, yeah,
Hold on,
that's what I'm saying.
BDJ.
So would
BDJ,
you
let him
hold on, hold
speak.
on? I'm
If
sorry.
I lived in the Hollywood Hills, I would be involved in shit that go on in hills. Like niggas probably sniffing coke, selling coke, popping pills and shit. If I lived in fucking Compton, I would be involved in whatever part of Compton I like. That is what. Why don't nobody look at it from that? I'm from Yonkers. Like if you are from Yonkers, then you know what Yonkers is. Yonkers is not some urban suburbia.
But
Everything is people. Yonkers look like Baltimore.
yo,
BDJ, let
yo,
him
I'm
finish.
from. Hold on, hold on.
BDJ, I'm gonna let Jaewon finish, and then you interrupted before Imani can
I'm sorry.
respond. So
I
let
did. I
Jaewon
did.
finish. We're gonna let
I did.
Imani speak, and then we're gonna let you go, sir.
I'm interested in the conversation. I'm sorry.
Well,
My
no, and
bad.
I
I'm good.
appreciate you for being here,
I'm
but we
good.
have
Go ahead,
manners.
money.
All right. My apologies, Bray.
Nah,
It's Bray.
I mean,
Go
nah,
ahead,
nah.
Bray,
Imani.
my fault. Bray,
I
my
mean,
apologies.
honestly, I'm gonna just end up repeating myself and then repeating all the shit you saying, Jay. I just want people to understand, unless you really been through something and been through certain circumstances, you got to be open minded to not understanding where these people minds is at, and when they make these decisions and they go about things a certain way. I try to always think of that before I even consider speaking on shit like this, because I've been fortunate enough to not be put in situations like this where I wouldn't have to react in a manner of a Dirk or anybody else. And once again, I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't know what the nigga did and what he didn't do. So I just, when people start getting online and just making comments about, oh, this nigga done it, like, you don't know what the fuck was going on in his brain, and you don't know what you would do. Because fortunately enough, you've never been put in that position to have to do something. So that's really it. I'm gonna mute up for a minute while I shot.
And then BDJ, I'm gonna let you get your point off, but I don't know if you heard the disclaimer. We're gonna let you, ask your questions, and then kind of do it again to see if you can get a different perspective. But we're not
Okay.
persuading niggas over here. They said what they said. Imani said what he said. Jaywan said what they said. We're not beating dead horses over here. We're gonna let niggas say what they said. Okay, go ahead, BDJ.
All right. So I'm from DC, but I also grew up out in Gaithersburg, Maryland, which is the suburbs of DC. I didn't take what I learned from DC and move to Gaithersburg to all of a sudden say, "Hey yo, I'm the toughest nigga on the block." I think that is being glorified, it's been overlooked, and saying whatever he did, and I don't even know why we really talking about him and giving him so much energy. Think you didn't do it yourself.
That
None of.
bro, the shooter is expendable. The boss
I
always.
understand
That's
that,
why if
and
you
Why
you
you
will
own a
keep
keep.
saying
company,
that for?
Hold on. Come on, let me land my plane. You saying the shooter is expendable? Like y'all don't give a fuck about nobody else out there. Instead of like saying, "Hey yo, why are you living like this?"
bro,
You saying everybody's expendable? Like, hey, look.
bro.
Hold on.
Everybody
You
has a
on
role,
rotation?
bro.
Hold on. Let me put in clarification for you. You on a rotation on a podcast, and I'm gonna keep it very peaceful. You on a rotation on a podcast. So you are expendable. You don't
I
have to be there
understand
every
that.
day.
I
You know what I
know that.
mean? Like,
I
yo,
get that.
nobody is worried if you are there or not.
Everybody.
So
So
you are
my point
expendable. So
exactly.
why are you keep saying that word, bro?
The
Like
shooter's expendable. I'm expendable.
you are
That's a
Imani, bro.
expendable.
fact.
Nobody
Everybody
cares
on,
if you
bro.
there or not.
Everybody on the podcast is expendable except Joe, bro. We understand that. We know that. Nobody is arguing that. The shooter is expendable. In the streets, niggas notice. There's an order of hierarchy in the streets. There's the nigga who makes the money. It's the nigga who gets the bitches. It's the nigga who sells the drugs. For the nigga who makes the money, it's the nigga who's the shooter, the security. A cop in the world is expendable. Their order is to protect and serve. Security guard is expendable. What the fuck are we talking about? Y'all niggas act like y'all don't know the difference between what a nigga position is. Why
See,
would the nigga making the millions who's taking care of all of y'all lives go and do the shit that we have a nigga who's supposed to do that do? What the fuck?
and that's where we're gonna leave that at, Mr. BDJ. Jiggity, I know you got your hand up, but Nick had some technical difficulties.